Hello, everybody. So pleased to see you. I do apologise profusely. We have been trying. It's third time lucky, guys.
My name is Matt, and I am 105 now.
Because we've been waiting so long to come on. And my name's Kirsty, and I'm a little bit older than that. I hope you're all right. I hope you're all right out there in the virtual world. I hope life's treating you okie dokie.
And as we said, Matt and Kirsty and WMK Clairvoyance, we're on SPTV, and the way that a Monday night show works is...
Basically, it's ever so easy. All you have to do is to get a reading, is you have to answer our question, or you have to throw us a question and then we can talk about it. This is about chatting, communicating, getting together, so then we give the communication to you. We have a little family here. It's kind of SPTV's Monday night gang, and you know, there's some lovely people come on, and we, you know, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome, and enjoy, but please don't ask for is mum there, is dad there, or whatever, because that's not how the show works. The question for tonight, if you'd like to answer it, is:
can science, spirituality, and mediumship work together?
Oh.
Is there a place for all of those three in order for true mediumship and spirituality to work? Is there a place for science? Let's hear your thoughts.
Okay, so we're hoping there's a few very clever people that are going to come and give us some definitions about how spirituality is psychologically is a science, or indeed how a lot of scientific evidence has to be proven. Or indeed, do you think it doesn't match at all because the scientists have got it all wrong because they can't prove it anyway? What do you think, guys? Let's hear you.
Are you a medium? Are you a parapsychologist? Are you just a psychologist of the mind? Are you a paranormal investigator? What are your thoughts? So let's bring it all together and let's have that discussion this evening. But as we go on,
Terry,
let's see who we've got. So the lovely Terry Wall does a wonderful job for SPTV.
Big love for Terry.
Hello to you. Hello,
big love
Julie.
for Terry.
What, Matt?
Yep. Hi, Julie. It's a bit hard for you. Terry is really not. Julie is really not. What it is basically is, do you think science has a place? You know, all these boffins. Do you think that, considering they know hardly anything about the brain, do you think they know anything about mediumship? Is it just instinct? Or can it be proven?
Shelley Hall.
Hi, Shelley. Nice to see you.
Hello, Desiree Carney.
Hi, nice to see you.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. B.
Mr. and Mrs. B, and just Mrs. B if she's on her own.
Hello, Maria Martin.
Yay to you too, Maria. I'm so pleased that you joined us.
Hello, Diary Redmond.
Thank you so much for coming back.
Hello, Pamela Rogers.
Yeehaw! All right, cowboy. That was Pamela, by the way. Hi, Kelly. Nice to see you. Lots of love hearts to you all. Perhaps he's trying to find 50p for the electric meter, Julie.
We're just trying to find 50 pence full stop, Julie.
We just got to wind it faster. That's what it is.
We tried to crank it up earlier on, but it didn't work.
Oh dear.
Hello there, Amanda.
Hi, Amanda, and they're all saying hello to you too, Richard.
Hello there, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Lovely to see you. Right, that's really nice. Daniela.
Hello.
Lovely to see you too.
Hello, Lisa Paris.
Lovely. Good evening.
Hello, Suru.
Suru, nice to see you.
And hello, Kimbo.
Lovely, Kim. Nice to see you. And Alison.
Hello, Alison Barton.
Hi, Alison Barton.
And hello, Wendy Clean.
And Wendy Clean, hello to you. So, guys, it's lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it, don't we, Groggy?
Now, before we move on to tonight's question, just a reminder for those people just joining us from whatever part of the world you're from, hello, and hello again.
Yes.
And if you're watching a catch-up, you missed a fantastic programme. It was really good. We had thousands of people on. We couldn't get through everyone, but thank you very much for joining us.
Yes, indeed. Peter Martin, lovely to see you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Peter Martin says, I'm a free spirit. Well, perhaps you can donate 50 pence to the meter for Richard.
Yeah.
Hello, Christine Davis.
Hi, Christine. And good evening to you,
Lynn's
Linz.
Cato.
Lovely, lovely, lovely. There's so many lovely people coming on today. Wendy Cleaton, you are a superstar. Okay.
So do you want to start there?
Yes, she says, well, it sounds like, you know, you're getting prepared to sit up and have a little chat now, doesn't it? Well, science states that energy never dies. This is true. This is true. I agree. Therefore, they cannot deny then that spirit lives on. I like your way of thinking.
So very much so that spirit definitely, can be proven, and it's proven in many cases, and we'll talk about that a little bit more. And as Wendy says there, that energy never dies; it's eternal, and it keeps going. So very much the scientists have proved there. So would you like to start with Wendy for a card reading?
I would like to start with Wendy. If you would please be so kind, Mr. P. Lovely Wendy. Let's have some cards, please, for Wendy. Okie dokie. Right, okay, Wendy, straight away, I'm aware there's a situation around you that you have been asking for help for, my sweetheart. And I need to know that I need you to know that you've got to have the faith that this is all coming true. Your thoughts and wishes have been heard. Please give it to them and allow them to take that and make that right for you and make it work out for whatever is needed. I want to say, you did connect beautifully, and I do know that there's things been kind of almost situations around you, kind of almost a little bit sort of falling around, in the sense that your beliefs and things are people are falling away, and things are changing for you. I want to say in your mind, and in others around you. It's almost like I feel like I'm evolving. That's the best word ever with you. But consequently, with that evolving, people will drop to the wayside, and that's not because of any other reason. There's nothing you've done, nothing they've done. It's because their time has gone in your life, and you are moving forward on a different pathway. And I want to say, new people will be coming forward in your life, my lovey. So don't worry about all those people that have kind of just stopped being in your life quite so much. Just look forward and up, because I know that you are protected, because in this card is Archangel Michael, and Archangel Michael is the ultimate in protector. I also want to say to you, don't let your dreams be bashed by yourself. Okay, you've got a new start coming. It's exciting, it's wonderful, it's like a new adventure, and you have to trust yourself. Okay, put all those fears away and take a big leap of breath, a big leap of faith. Okay, because things are going to start working out for you. You've got this wonderful card, which is the dreamer. Just allow your dreams to evolve. Allow your mind to wonder, which way does it want to go? Okay, which way? But in order to do that, my love, you have to break free. Break free of the old patterns that aren't serving you anymore. To get rid of everything that doesn't work. And you know where it hasn't worked, because you'll find there'll be cycles in your life. When you look back, you know, you talk about science and how it states that, you know, energy never dies. Well, sometimes patterns don't die unless you look at them, work them out, find out what's going wrong, and then you can get rid of them. But most importantly, I feel like somebody in your life has put you down, okay? And you need to say, you know what, enough. I'm the new me. Have confidence, and it will all work out for you, my darling. You've got this.
No, thank you very much.
Wendy's put, thanks, Kirsty. It's almost here. Trust is the hardest thing, though, right? Absolutely. But life is going in the right direction. Makes absolute sense. You're very welcome, darling. I'm so excited for you. Just, yeah, wonderful.
So thank you for that, Wendy. Okay, any more hellos, please, Mr. Producer? And good evening to Vanessa Coombs.
Good evening, Vanessa.
And hello to Mr. and Mrs. B again.
Thank you.
But I love you too. Your energy is contagious, yet it is just Mrs. B. My first name is Joe.
Yeah, I did think it, because you said last time, didn't you? It was just Mrs. B. I didn't know whether Mr. B was having a poke in as well, but I just thought it was you this time. So Joe, Very pleased to meet you.
And Desiree Kari puts, me personally, I feel those in science are quite closed-minded regarding spiritual matters.
I think that's a very different opinion.
Very much a different opinion, and it's an interesting one, Desiree, because actually that's truthful in some ways, but not fully, because when we first started off in this way of life, when we looked at modern spiritualism, very much there was trying to debunk it and sort of say, well, it's a load of rubbish, you know, mediumship, spirits don't exist and all of this. And as a result, organisations such as the Society for Psychical Research and the American equivalent was set up in the late 1882, I think, the SPR, and the American one a couple of years later. And that was to prove that actually science and all of this was actually happening. So I very much believe in what you're saying, that science has still got a long way to catch up, but you know, there's still organisations like the SPR and the SAPR that are trying to change that and have done for well over 100 years. So thank you for that. So
while you tune in, I'll have a little chat as well. How does that sound? Oh, can you pop it back, please, Mr. P? Hi, Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Oh, he's getting all bossy on us.
So, Desiree Karma, I'm very much...
1 second. Can I talk about this? Okay, right. Desiree, for me personally, she said that I feel those in science are quite close-minded. I have to, there are some people that are unfortunately like that, I believe, Desiree, because at the end of the day, science doesn't know everything, does it? And if they can't prove something, a lot of scientific brains don't believe in it, but there are lots of things they can't prove. Yet they still believe in it. So I think, you know, it takes a little bit of open-minded, and I know that the truth will out in the end, and they will be able to prove that it is true. Okay.
So very much aware of a grandmother who comes in, and I want to say probably about 5 foot, very thin to the body, and a lovely smile about herself, dark brown eyes, and beautiful way about herself, very petite in the body. She comes in, she takes me to a heart area, although I'm struggling with my breathing at the moment. I also feel with this lady that she would have been very sincere. She would have been a lady of simple means. She wouldn't have expected a lot. She wouldn't have wanted a lot. She would just have been a person who just wanted to be happy. She would have been very much a person who liked to sort of mix with people, and she liked the company of people. As she draws close to this lady, she comes in, she takes me to your head area. I'm feeling very, very tired, Desiree, and feeling very, very drained at the moment, and feeling that I just need to rest up and to take things easier. I don't feel that I'm sleeping properly. I feel that I keep waking up around about 5 o'clock, but I am waking up roughly every hour. I also feel with myself that things are getting me a bit stressed that don't normally get me stressed, and things are just getting a bit too much for myself. What I need to say to you is a bit of mindfulness, a bit of relaxation, and just a bit of having the work-life balance with yourself. I also need to say to you that I keep smelling smoke, and particularly I keep smelling cigar smells. I also keep being shown what do you call it, corn on the cob. I'm being shown as well. So with that, and I also right. I'm being taken to Portsmouth. Right, I'm being taken to Portsmouth, and I don't know why I'm being taken to Portsmouth. I don't know if there is similarities with the place in Portsmouth, and with that area of sort of wherever you live, being by the sea and being by docks in particular, which is what Portsmouth and sort of that part of the coast is about. Portsmouth, Plymouth, and all around there is also to do with naval bases and that. So I don't know if that's synonymous, and I feel that's what more the link is as opposed to Portsmouth itself. I also need to say to you, you are strong, you need to keep going, and you just need to keep your head up and keep going forward in whichever way. And thank you for working me. Desiree's put, been to hospital today, lung checks, and mum has a heart issue. Yes, have insomnia and I'm stressed out. I know the feeling.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, we can always turn things around, Desiree. So let's sort of change that thought pattern and let's just say, you know, things to live for.
And I can also say I had a health scare myself, and I was told that if I didn't stop smoking that I wouldn't be around, and well, 10 years later I'm still here. So it didn't come back, nothing came back. So yeah, you can do this, Desiree, you can do this. And a beautiful name, by the way, absolutely stunning. So thank you very much for your lovely question and the reading, that was really lovely. So who have we got next then, Mr. P? A tickly bit in my eye.
Hello, David Spencer.
Hello, David Spencer. Nice to see you. Okay, so the question for today is about science. Oh, Lauren's done one. Let's nab Lauren, shall we? Okay, I think it's beyond science. Science is of human understanding, but it's more than that, and something we can't fully understand, if that makes sense. I'm trying to explain it, but I'm not brave enough. Do you know what, Lauren, I'm sorry, but do not diss yourself. That is me. That's my thoughts in a nutshell. I feel exactly the same. Just because, I'm not saying there's not a home for science, because there certainly is. Science needs to prove mediumship, spiritualism, you know, healing. They need to prove it, because once they start to prove that actually it is true. And I'm not saying, it also needs to get rid of all the frauds and all the dodgy people that pretend that they are in this. And science will do that. They will dispel people. I mean, look at that Darren Brown, for example. He has proven how easy it is to fraud people. Sorry, excuse me. So I think that, you know, science is definitely needed. But I do feel there is a limit to our knowledge. You're quite right. I feel that was an awesome answer. And yeah, just because we don't understand it and we haven't got the answers scientifically yet, doesn't mean that it's not true. What do you think?
Very much so. I mean, I know ourselves and other mediums have been involved in doing quite a lot of studies with local universities around science and mediumship, and trying to prove it or disprove it and to understand it, of how it works and the neuroscience behind it. So so there's plenty of universities at the moment doing quite a lot of studies. I know the SNU are doing quite a lot of studies with Reading University, and Chris Conroy, their science expert, has been linking up with a lot of science people. So from a mediumistic point of view, a lot of the spiritual organisations are trying to say, okay, we're opening our doors to have this proven, but they're also going back to what spiritualism was originally about, of being that sort of spiritualism, philosophy, and the religion, and the science, and having those three key parts as the actual part of spiritualism as a whole, of which mediumship comes into all of those areas. So there is still a lot of people, and even if scientists today proved what was, then there's still going to be people, because we're human, who are going to say, we believe or we don't believe. But very much what you're saying, there's still so much we don't understand. I mean, if I think someone had said once, I can't remember who the actual person was, there's 1,000 parts to the brain, and we still only know 400 parts of that brain and what that does at the moment. So there's still a lot even of the brain we don't understand, let alone mediumship.
So that's well over half, isn't it? And you know, and I think that's really important to remember. I mean, you talk about not being brainy enough. At the end of the day, you know what's right, and just because science hasn't caught up doesn't mean to say you're wrong. So it's got nothing to do with brains, my darling. You could be very more intuitive and than any scientist that's sometimes often be closed-minded because they need it proven. But again, I'm right sat on the fence. I'm going to get to tell you, get a splinter on my bum if I sit on this fence much longer, but I'm right in the middle of it all. In the middle. Right, okay. Lauren, as I'm pulled some cards for you, my darling, the first thing I need for you, my sweetheart, is a sense of humour, okay? Sorry. A sense of humour. I just thought I'd see what happened there. With this card, I know that life has been a little bit tricky and I feel a little bit frustrated, weird, really? Kind of that attitude with you. It's like, oh, again. But I feel like I want to say, see the funny side in things, see the funny side in human nature, see the funny side in people, and almost anticipate their reactions. And then you can see it as a lighter, something lighter than what is actually happening. I need to say to you, really important though, although you keep your sense of humour, this is about compromising as well. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because when you know you are right, you have to stand to your guts. Don't do it just for the sake of peace. I mean, we've all done it, you know, we've all done it. And I know that I have my own fair share of, you know what, I can't be bothered, let's just do it. But sometimes you need to stand that ground. You need to be heard. You need to understand, actually, you are right. So I feel like they're giving you the strength to say that, but do it in a light-hearted way so it's not going to pull you down. Because I need to say to you, I don't want anger. With you. I know that there is a situation around within the family. So that could be close relationships. It could be further out relationships. I'm not poking my nose into it. It's nobody else's business. All right. But I do know that harmony is coming. All right, this is a very, very beautiful card. I know that there's a lot of healing going on within the family. I know that they are giving you the strength to see this through. And I just feel I've got to say to you, keep up that positivity as this lasts, because I don't feel that you're feeling that positive about it at the minute. I feel like it's wearing you a bit thin at the minute, and that's okay. I understand that, but try to keep positive. Try to look past, I want to say, the illusion. Okay, there are lots of people that are, you know, suffering left, right, and centre. You know, this is the second lockdown, and you know, this virus has taken up the whole of the year, and that in itself is enough to drag people down and make people a little bit umpy. Let alone those that are having other problems coming from that, like job loss, money, and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of stuff going around in the melting pot at the minute. But I want to say to you, be enthusiastic, creative, and just keep going. You know, there's exciting opportunities coming. Okay, you know, keep the creative side open, and that means to me making what makes you feel happy, whether that's writing, reading, drawing, making things, painting, whatever. Keep that to keep you calm and balanced. And last but not least, you know, fill your passions. But last but not least, finish what you started. There's something you started that you need to finish, my love. And I don't know if you've answered me on any of those, but it'd be nice if you could have some feedback, my darling. But I hope that was all right for you. Okay. She totally understands. Lauren, fabulous. Okay, my darling. You just look after yourself, darling, and stay strong.
And thank you for that, Lauren. Any more hellos, please, Mr. Producer?
Mr. Producer often puts on funny voices in our ears, and he just makes me randomly chuckle. So please excuse me, there isn't nothing wrong with me. I'm a random giggler or something. Well, actually, there might be, but it's him. You thought it was weird. How rude. Hi, Kirsty Maris. Nice to see you.
Hello, Taylor.
Hi, Lynn Taylor. Lovely to see you. Lovely smile.
Hello, Terry again.
Yes, the lovely Terry.
So she puts, if you go down the road of science and the spiritualist religion, are they doing science with all other religions or just spiritualism?
Good question. Good question. Because at the end of the day, you know, what other religion puts up with as much stuff as spiritualism? It gets hit with a wet blanket left, right, and centre, and we're still standing. You know, you would. Here's a fact. Go on then. Yeah. Wow.
there you
Go on
go.
then. Spill that
So,
secret.
Mr. Producer's just said from what he knew, is that there's archaeologists that study other religions. So, like that would be like the Dead Sea Scrolls and places like that to go and find about their religion, so Judaism, Christianity, and all of that type of thing. However, it's what was it? Sorry, only scientists for spiritualism. Is that?
There wasn't any. Nobody's done that for spiritualism. Nobody's looking into the history of spiritualism, archaeology-wise. I'm not even sure why. Do you know why, Mr. Producer? Because oh.
So, yeah. So all of that's to do with sort of obviously the Fox sisters and the modern spiritualism. Being born in 1848, there was what was it called, Swedenborg and places and people like that in the late 1700s. There's been different sort of phenomena that's happened all the way through our history and everything, and obviously wasn't attributed to spiritualism, so would have been sort of paganistic or mystic and all of that. So that's the reason for that.
Yeah, they say it's too new, he said, didn't they?
But the other thing is if we look back at sort of spiritual ways as opposed to spiritualism, you know, look at all the persecution that people with gifts have had. You know, you hear of sort of the Salems in the 1672 or something like that. You know, the church sort of condemning sort of mediumistic gifts in the at 1603,
burning you at the stake for what you believe
in the Middle Ages, and
shocking.
You know, from the Witchcraft Act of 1735 and the Vagrancy Act of 1823, right through to the Fraudulent Meeting Act of 1951, were all sort of saying it's a load of debunkum, and if you practice this, then basically we're going to lock you up. So, you know, there's always been something that has stopped us from practicing. But now, luckily, that's not the case. And thanks to the likes of, what do you call, Ursula Roberts and all of those great pioneers that led up to the Fraudulent Meeting Act, you know, descending on the Houses of Parliament, it's now not an illegal, and it's not illegal to be a medium, so that's all good. So Mr. and Mrs. B puts anthropologists study different types of spiritualism like shamanism. Yep.
So that's more, apparently Mr. P's answered that, and he said that's more about psychology, the study of psychology of people, rather than the actual human behavior, rather than the actual religion per se as such. But then I think a lot of times, bearing in mind, we had to keep this element of spiritualism quiet because of the persecution is perhaps one of the reasons why, you know, what was happening wasn't documented as well as other reasons, as other religions.
So there's lots of things. Perhaps one day, maybe even Mr. Producer might come on. Who never knows? He's getting very hot up here. My ears burning as we speak. So thank you for that, Mr. and Mrs. B, and thank you for that, Terry. You're really stoking a fire. So Eileen Mackie says, evening Matt, Kirsty, Richard and all. Apologies for the lateness.
That's all right. We forgive you, lovey. Don't worry. Hello, Stanley Worker. Nice to see you.
Hello, Kim Byrne.
And hi, Kim. Hope it's going all well.
Hello, Christine Murray.
Yeah, lovely to see you. Yeah, and that one too.
Okay, so can we have another one up? Please.
Don't forget, guys, you can also ask a question as well. You don't have to sort of talk about what we've done. Oh, Alison's come up, and Alison's come up with an answer to our question. So let's read Alison's while you have a little tune in, and I will. It's my turn.
Yeah,
I've just done the one, haven't I?
No, I didn't. Stop skimping on your work.
Okay.
Sorry, go ahead.
I am so sorry. I'm a little bit tired today, guys. I do apologise. I thought I just did the last one.
Got to get organised, sorry.
Yes.
Alison Barnes put, no, I don't think scientists know everything about it. As you said, they haven't proved anything yet, but we all know. Very much
yes,
so. And,
Alison.
you know, it's just like we say on this show, you know, there's lots of things that we know. There's lots of points of view that are our views, but we don't know everything, and nobody knows everything, even the greatest scientists.
No, you don't know it all. Mr. Producer says he knows it all. If not, he's going to just make up all the answers. I really believe you as well.
But it wasn't only scientists. Think of inventors. So I know in discussions that me and Mr. Producer have had and Kirsty about Thomas Edison. And sort of, you know, in the 1920s, where he was trying to build a telephone that would communicate with the other side and sort of the in between the two veils as well. So, you know, from that point of science is very interesting as well. So, you know, there's lots of things you can read in the past and lots of things we've still got to discover. So thank you for listening.
And just because some scientists or some people that have actually gone down to what they believe is proof. For example, I was reading earlier on about, hi Stacey, about the Faraday cage, the fellow that made the Faraday cage. He apparently, that's to do with electricity, and he apparently said there is a link between electricity and energy. And he said that's the reason. Basically, he says that's how table tipping everything works. And there's an automatic response why people move the spirit boards and things like that. Me, I don't know. I'm not convinced. If there is that sort of response, then who's to say it's not spirit helping us do that? Because that's how a lot of mediumship works. But me personally, I know there is spirit, and I know some of the answers and some of the questions I've had from, you know, different divination tools and physical mediumship, I know has been the truth and it's been right. So I think they need to have that, keep working on it. I think, you know, C+, keep working harder.
And the final thing to go with that is that you know, there's a story that I think we've told before, but basically, you know, I was sat once on a 6-foot solid oak table, and I'm talking legs about that, and to lift them up took 4 strong men just to get it that much off the ground. And yet I was sat on it being bounced around the room. So explain that, Mr. Faraday.
Yes, and he's not a little tiny man, this fella. He's, you know, he's nearly 6 foot. What are you, 5'11"? I used to be. I think I've worn him down a bit. Joking aside. Right, Alison.
4'11",
Alison, right, my darling, I've got some cards for you. Okay, right. Okay, darling, there's something going on that you've not facing the truth in your thoughts. I want to say to you, it's almost like you're put your fingers in your ear about a certain truth that's going around you. I feel like I'm going, la la la, I don't want to hear it, la la la, I don't want to hear it. Okay, and I feel that it's okay to feel whatever it is that you feel, my sweetheart. I need you to. I do feel like there's some healing here to be done with you. I know that this is your truth, and you've got to own this, my sweet. I feel that you can stop being, you know, I feel there's an element of you judging yourself if you actually admit what is going on for you. All right. So tell that judgment to do one. OK. And just bring in a loving honesty around you that says, OK, you know, this might have happened, but, and just allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you feel, good, bad or ugly. It doesn't matter. Feel it, okay, and then just allow yourself and nurture yourself to come forward through that. Then take the next steps according to which way to go forward, because you've got to, you know, I feel like there's a partnership here as well to be developed in a way to move forward. I feel like you need to ask for help. There's a helpful person that's coming towards you. You need to ask them. If you look at this picture here, they have got, this fella's got the world in his hands here. Now that's you, but I feel like I want to say, Oh, there's new growth coming out of the tree and everything. This is a really exciting time. Admit how you feel and just allow yourself to move forward. Be excited for your future because you have a lot of stuff. I feel like somebody's standing behind you wanting to help you, but you haven't quite seen them yet. So open your eyes and keep throwing it up to spirit, you know, and say to them, right, come on. If you're saying to me, I need to, this has got to be my next step, show me and be brave. Because you've got this, you know. There's no room for I want to say the cha-cha. I used to say the cha-cha, where 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You know, this is about taking those steps forward and saying, you know what, I've got this. All right, I'm not going to let anxiety and worry hold me back. Be aware certain times of the moon, where the moon is in placement and everything. Be aware that will heighten your anxiety. And your intuition on an opposite scale. So be aware of that. All right. And last but not least, again, it's the same message in every pack that I've pulled. And it says, move forward fearlessly. You've got this, my darling. You've got this. Time for healing is now. And then make plans to move forward and enjoy your wonderful adventure, letting go of the past, letting go of the people that move, and just allow yourself that time and that space to do. Keep your eyes focused. You've got it.
She can still move forward. I don't care what she says about that being a bit. I still feel that's a baseball bat. No one will mess with her going forward with that. So thank you for that, Alison, and all those that have contributed so far. So for those people just joining us, where have you been? So that's the first thing. Second thing is, tonight our question is, you know, can spirituality, science and mediumship work together? Or is there a question that you wish to pose to us as well?
Yeah.
And the person who gets chosen will answer their question, and then from there that person gets a reading. So it works as simple as that.
Pamela, why are you visualising me sitting on Matt's shoulders?
Can I just point out, Pamela, it's 20:53, still 7 minutes till the watershed. So can we move on, please?
Matthew Grogan.
Peter Martin, we will still learn till the day we pass over. Our brain will now be able to take it all in, plus great mediums will not know everything. I'm a free spirit medium, most definitely. That's, to me, Peter, that's the best way to be. Not to conform, not to be the way that everyone expects you to be. You know, if you speak to a lot of famous mediums of today, and very much the ones of the past, would have told you very much that, you know, the best way to be a medium is just to be yourself, and not to conform, not try and be a mini somebody else. You know, there is a lot of mediums who have trained with very famous mediums and they want to almost be replicas, or you can tell how they've worked. But, you know, it's very much about being yourself, and that's what allows the energies to flow, allows the work to be done, and allows you to be the medium you should be.
I agree. And while you're tuning in, I'm just going to answer that also. I totally am always myself. I am a free spirit medium also. And I actually had somebody make a comment to me, which was really, really lovely. But it also got me thinking. She said to me, it was so nice to see somebody that brought their own personality in the mediumship. And I was a little bit sort of taken aback by that, because I thought it was a beautiful thing to say. But I also thought, well, spirit, work with your own personality to get through you, to bring the messages that you would understand. So why are others not bringing their personality through? You know, and that kind of surprised me a little bit, but I never really thought about it that sort of dimension. But yeah, it's you've got to be you, know your own truth, my darling. Absolutely. Well, for me, what you're talking, what you're talking with a free spirit medium, people are asking, I hear about it. To me, it's just one that goes with their own way, their own feeling, their own thoughts. They work with spirit, and that's to me. I mean, if I'm wrong, Peter, please feel free to correct me. But a free spirit medium is just somebody that connects in themselves.
Wants to work in whichever way they wish to work.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So it's there's not an official definition of a free spirit medium, but just someone who wants to work in whichever way they wish to work.
If yours is different,
allow spirit to lead them, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so
if you're just going to say, if your view, Peter, is different, please feel free.
Okay, so I have a gentleman here And with this gentleman, I would say he's about 5'7", very thin to the body. I feel like I'm going father's side of the family. I feel with this gentleman that I've got my hair brushed back, side parting on the right hand side. I have glasses. I'm clean shaven. I feel that I feel I'm sort of a grandfather generation, but I feel I'm more of an uncle. And I feel with this gentleman that I was a little bit like your free spirit, and very much like I was carefree though, in the sense that people like me or they didn't like me. But I feel the way he draws close that irrespective of that comment, he was very much a person who's liked because he has a nice energy about him and a lot of positivity. Right. He says that he comes around you because at the moment that some of your words are misunderstood. And he comes around you because although your words are coming across in the right way and from the right intention and always from the heart, that sometimes the way that they are received and understood by someone you've given, I don't feel this is a message. I just feel that this is someone you've spoken to recently. It's been taken in the wrong vein where you didn't mean it to be like that, and he's coming into with you and to say to you, if it comes from the heart, if it comes from a place of truth and honesty, then it's important that you believe that you're right and not the other person. It's also important that you listen, not also to others, but also to yourself and what you need and what you need at this moment in time. He says that you have been tired, but I feel this is to do with work. I don't feel you are a full-time medium. I may be wrong, but the way he's making me feel that it's almost like you work as a medium, but basically this is your like second, that you have a full-time job as well. That's what I was trying to say. I also feel with this gentleman that I feel so laid back. I feel so calm in his presence. And I also feel with this gentleman that he's around you quite a lot. And I just need to say to you, Peter, that you do work honestly and you do work in the truth. And that is the way that you should always work. You should continue to work. And it's important that that is how you should work now and in the future. And the final thing I need to say to you at the moment is own your truths and be true to you and what you need at the moment. And if I can leave that with you, thank you for working with me.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you. And thank you, Peter, so much for your all your comment. Thank you. And Stace, thank you for explaining that. Bless your heart, my lovey. I also didn't know what it meant, Terry. Do you know, this is also about people's definitions, isn't it? I think that, some people like to learn and work a certain way, and some people like to just go, let's do it how it's meant to be. Okay.
I think, for me, this is what the show's about. I know that was just a word that was used. But, this is why we don't just like to just give messages on this show. It's about learning from each other.
Yeah.
And, like I said, we don't know all the answers. It's about other people contributing, other mediums, other scientists, and all of that. And having a conversation because, a spiritual way of life. Thank you, 100% right. Thank you very much, Peter. And just to say to you that, this show is about learning. And if you're really spiritual, it's important that in order to grow, you have to learn. And what better example than to sort of learn on shows like SBTV and other sort of mediums around the globe as well. So thank you, that, Peter.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all different. We all come from different backgrounds. We all have different beliefs. We don't all necessarily fit inside boxes that, different forms of religion. Amanda Bradshaw. I've got to be honest with you, Amanda. I don't know anything about quantum healing. I have absolutely not Scooby-Doo, darling. I really don't. Yeah. Do you know, Matt?
Never done quantum healing before, but
no.
it would be the same as any type of healing, Amanda Bradshaw. It all works in the same way. It's working through the energy and connecting through. I would have thought being like quantum mechanics would be to do with universal energy, so it'd be just the same as any sort of energy healing, in which case it's to do with the connection. So if it's the source, like the universe, like in Reiki, whether it's spiritual energy that comes from the divine and works through the spirit, the same thing is the same way. You are transference of that energy from whatever source that is, and whether that's quantum healing or other. I haven't used quantum healing, so I'm not saying I'm an expert in this. However, all healing works exactly the same way. It's what your beliefs, if you look at all the different types of Reiki, there's the traditional Reiki, and then another form of Reiki comes in and everything, and people think, oh, what can we call this? We'll call it Reiki, and we'll add Reiki to it and that, but it's not traditional Reiki because it isn't from a Sui's line. So it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts on that, Amanda.
Very interesting.
Oh, there you go. So,
right, did you write that down, Mr. P? Because I can't remember half what you said then.
So what Mr. Producer has done on his research is he's gone and looked out for us of what quantum healing is, because like we said, me and Kirsty don't know, and we don't profess to knowing. But it's a pseudoscience that is a mixture of numerology. I mentioned about quantum mechanics and sort of energy, psychology, and physiology. So it's using the body and numerology as well.
Neurology. Did you say numerology or neurology?
Neuropsychology, sorry.
Yeah.
Not numerology, neuropsychology.
Yeah. So it's very, very, it sounds like it's quite heavy actually, if I'm honest.
So quantum healing is a combination basically then of the mind enabling the person to heal. It's positive mindset.
Yeah.
And seeing that within the changes within the body and the changes in the mind.
Yeah.
Hence the neuroscience.
With a lot of the physical side of it taken into account. That's really interesting, Amanda. Thank you very much. So much so, I think I'm going. Pardon? Oh, it's a bit like what Ian does on a Monday. That's why you know about it, Amanda Bradshaw. Okay, right. So, guys, I'm just going to dive in with you, Amanda, now and give you a card, because I have to say I love it when people give us something we don't know, because we learn too. So thank you very much for that. So as I'm connecting with these cards with you, my darling. Okay, I'm so not right. I've got your mother here. Okay, I know I've got as she's coming forward, she's helping me with these cards. I know that this lady would have laughed and smiled. She'd have a big heart. She would have loved. And I don't normally do this, but I know I've got to bring her forward with you for lots of love, because she tells me, she strokes your hair and she tells me that she's been around you at the moment, and I feel like there's been tears or a bit downness or somewhere within your family somewhere, and I know that she just strokes your head and allows you to calm it down. She tells me your shoulders are not that big and you need to offload some of the stuff that you're carrying from that. So I don't know if you've got to find a friend to talk to, or you've got to talk to your family, but she's saying to me you need to offload and stop doing everything for everybody else. Right, okay, I've got to read these cards for you because I did pull them for you. The first one that comes up is make a commitment, and this is about committing yourself to your divine purpose. You know what it is that you've got to do, my darling, but I feel like you're I don't know, it's almost like you're kind of teetering on the edge of something else, or you kind of don't want to go forward with this. I know that there is something that you need to just go full-heartedly, yes, I'm going to do this right now. Okay, and I feel that you've got to be really, really committed to this, because I certainly know there's an energy of sometimes you expect the worst, all right, and you don't need to be doing that anymore. You need to tell that thought to just shoo. Okay, and stop. Don't. You know, sometimes when we stop thinking how things kind of go out of proportion and they build and you know, next thing I know, we've got a little tiny problem that's gone massive. Just give yourself some space with this, all right? Allow yourself to understand what your mind certainly has done in the past with things, okay? Your worry and anxiety has taken over some of these thoughts, and I need you to just put it to one side and just allow yourself a little bit of peace more than anything, because your head, God bless you, darling, your head. I need to say to you, focus in on the optimism, the positive, be enthusiastic about your future. Okay, you've got to allow your creativity to soar, it says here, because I feel like you've put yourself on hold. So be brave, okay, and just allow yourself to move forward. And I want to say there's a situation within the home, things are going to start improving for you, because I just feel like, you know, there's been a little bit up and down, a little bit blippy. Just allow that just to settle and know and stay positive and know that better times are coming. But you have got to follow what you believe, not what anyone else says, and you've got to follow your own truth and your own destiny.
Thank you for that, Amanda, and thank you for that question. So
and
that's interesting to learn something new.
It is, and thank you for Amanda's mum for sneaking in, the little cheeky devil.
So Rhonda Roberts says, online psychic readings are fairly new. Did you find it difficult when you started online work, or did you just flow for you guys? Do you want to answer this one first?
I will just answer it very quickly. I've got a couple of lines to say. The thought of it was worse. Actually doing it was better, because all I did was trust. And for me, that's what you have to do with online work. You have to trust what you are getting, trust what you're receiving, and trust spirit. That's it.
For myself, Rhonda, it didn't flow at first because it's a different way of working, and it was readjusting. But it's not spirit readjusting. It was it was certainly myself that had to readjust to because you know you're used to working with someone in front of you, and then suddenly you're working to a different platform of work, a different way of working. So it was a slight adjustment, but you know. Spirit adjust in whatever way. You know, many years ago, I started various sort of Facebook groups, and I've mentioned this before, probably about 6 or 7 years ago now. And people were saying, "Oh, what are you doing that for? You know, it's a waste of time." And you know, my argument was, if I can click a button and send a message out of inspiration or to advertise something that was going on that would be beneficial to people as opposed to free readings, a click of a button, I could get 10 to 12,000 people. That is a message that could go, I think it was eventually, it's around about 37, 39 countries that now are on my different groups. And within those groups, they each received a message. And when you think most of those countries don't have a spiritual church, and even so, if you think about your average congregation within your churches, COVID aside, you're looking roughly, I don't know, 30 to 60 people. So 10,000 at a click of a button suddenly is a very powerful message. And Spirit saw the power of that. So when people say, you know, Spirit don't like using technology, I need to say, that is a load of rubbish. Spirit will use whatever format in whichever way they wish to get the message out. If you use the COVID ideal this year of how it's changed the way that we've worked, you know, and you know, we've got SPTP as a good example. But if you look at how many churches have had to adapt and don't normally use technology, and you know, have realized the advantages, that just shows you how much Spirit adapts. So hopefully that answers your question, Rhonda. And it's my turn, isn't it?
Yeah, just going to say, just to add on to what you said, a lot of the churches now are really thankful that they went online, because they have so many different people coming in they would never have got.
Okay, so I have a grandmother with yourself, Rhonda, and she looks exactly the same with you, a bit cuddlier to the body, and I would say probably about 5'5", 5'6". I feel more 5'6" in sort of height. With her I feel that I'm struggling with my chest there, which is affecting my breathing. I also feel very, very tired. I don't feel I was in old bones. I certainly sort of feel late 50s, early 60s. If that wasn't the case, I need to say this lady looked very, very young, excuse me, for what she was. I also want to say with this lady that she's holding her back and lots of pains around her back. So I do feel that she suffered with her back and the back of her knees towards the end. So I do feel that it affected her balance and her mobility. But she's also taken me back to the back and sort of the middle of the back, actually on the spine itself and the two muscles either side of the spine, that she's drawing me attention for healing for yourself. She also takes me to either side of my neck and here, but mainly the this part of my neck with yourself, and that sometimes causes me causes myself headaches. I feel that the last sort of 7 or 8 months, COVID aside, has been very difficult. It's been very much an upward struggle. Just as I found that I've picked myself up, then I've had to pick myself up again. But I need to say to you, you're very firmly now on flat ground. You're moving forward. You're moving in the right direction, and you're having the first positive signs that you can say, yes, I am moving forward. I need to say we're probably in about 2 years, and things are starting to work well for you. So I just need to say from love you, darling, keep going, keep strong, and keep being you. And thank you for working with me, Rhonda.
Oh, that was lovely. Rhonda just said we both come across as being very confident doing online. Yeah, it's all a lie. We're not really confident at all, are we?
No. The best way to describe it, Rhonda, and any medium will tell you the same, is that, they're very nervous before they go up on platform.
Yeah.
And, even the churches that we've served for many, many years, we're still nervous. And the way that, the best way to describe that for people who are just starting off who are on the channel tonight is to say to you, the time that you stop feeling nervous, the time that you think, you know what, I know all of this, is the time to step back from spirit.
Oh, indeed, because that means you're getting yourself in the way. There's always an element, when you think about it, the reason why you're nervous is because you want to make sure spirit are there. All right, so to me, it's healthy having those nerves up to a point, because you are human and it is a game of trust. If game is the right word, but you know what I mean. So anyway, Daniela says, exactly, Matt.
I couldn't reach spiritual world without technology, as we don't have spiritual churches in my country. I'm assuming you're Italy. I know there is one centre which is affiliated to the SNU, which is in Italy, but obviously there's SNUI and obviously the SPTV, and there's a lot now of services through Veronica Jenkins, through spiritual services online.
Yes, please look her up, because she's amazing, Veronica. She started out writing out lots of different services and demonstrations that you can go to, and they, if she can't click you straight into the link that goes onto the page, onto the Zoom, she will click you onto the link of their Facebook page. So, look her up. And do you want to tell the name again?
Veronica Jenkins.
Which is online services.
I think it's online spiritual services.
Online spiritual services, yeah. So please, guys, look her up, because
and she's always advertised in SPTV as well.
Oh, she's amazing. Did you know that, Mr. P? This lovely lady we're talking about, she advertises SPTV for us. You aware of this?
Every day.
Every single day she puts it up, and that's on here. So on an online spiritual service page that there is, and all the various different programs that are on SPTV, she always advertises them for you. Her name's Veronica Jenkins. She's an absolute lovely lady. Yeah. So big thank you for Veronica and all the wonderful work that she does. But yes.
But yes,
Daniela, and to everybody,
look up. I'm not sure, because obviously ciao and is about all I know in Italian, unfortunately. But if you look on the
and Cornetto
SNUI page of the SNU, the person who's the regional person for Italy, also runs a centre in Italy. I think it's in the south of Italy, but don't quote me on that.
But if not, look them up and then get it, and have a look. There are places around that do things, but you're quite right. You can also just jump on any of these wonderful online services and demonstrations and the fabulous SPDB.
So thank you very much for that, Danielle. Okay, any more lows or questions, please, Mr. Producer?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So guys, just keep focusing on what sort of question you can throw at us. See if you can trip us up as well, like like we just got caught out.
Yeah. So Linz Cato says, how do you both feel when you realise you have the gift? Do you want that one first, or do you want me?
Okay. How did I realise? Well, it's really weird for me. It was more of a. I always knew I had. Well, I didn't always know I had it. I look back at my life now, and I always now know that I had it. I just thought what I saw and what I felt was just normal. It was what everybody did, what everybody saw, as I sort of learned to hone in and train my gift, I just think I am really, really blessed and really lucky to have it even now, because I continually learn. I think somebody said it earlier on. Life for me and my spiritual work is continuous, and it's a continuous learning development. I never profess that I know everything. In fact, I know from the minute I close my eyes and drift back off up there, I know I'm not going to know it all, and I kind of don't want to, because I'm enjoying the learning as I'm going through. So yeah, very blessed. It's my answer, my darling. Very blessed.
Very much the same. I mean, for me, I came into it a lot later than Kirsty did. I was very unaware of sort of things that happened. Into some degree, I thought it was very much a party trick, that I would tell people they're having babies, or that I felt that I knew things, and I thought that was lucky. And that's sort of how I fell into it. And then a few years later, I went to the local spiritualist church, and from there started to develop and started to take it beyond being a party trick, or so I thought. And similar to Kirsty, I look back and there are many sort of things, like as a child I used to see auras and that. But at the time I used to think I was a $6 million man. I could see colours as I was running and everything else. So, joking aside, there's been lots of different things. But as I look back, from an early age, I had the gift. But before that, I thought I'd probably had the gift from probably been about 20, 21. But it's with everybody. Don't matter what time you come into it, it's down to what you do with it and accepting it, and not everyone does accept it.
Well, I have to say, it took me a while to accept it as well, even though I knew it was there, to actually accept it. And I used to think, why have they chosen me? I've got, I'm a normal, ordinary, very, very down to earth person that's a little bit of a happy hippie in the middle. Why me? Why would you choose me? And I then it took me a long time to realise, actually, they chose me because there's lots of other little happy hippies out there that I can get through to, such as they will, choose Matt for other reasons.
Non-hippie.
Yeah, non-hippie, did you say?
Yeah.
Anyway, is it me or is it you?
It's you.
Is it me again?
That's why they chose. That's why they chose you. They chose you to keep going and keeping the love alive.
Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Okay. Right. Okay.
So thank you for that question.
Yes, Linz. Thank you, darling. Okay, let's do some cards, please, for Linz. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, my darling. First of all, I'm aware. Hang on a sec. Right. Okay. First of all, I'm aware. Oh, yeah, my poor girl. You got some stuff going on, haven't you, eh? I want to say you've had a bit of a life, haven't you, love? All right. I feel that there's been some stuff going on around you, some quite heavy stuff, certainly really heavy in your past. Yeah, I need that to step back. Darling, you're a little hero, really, aren't you? Because I'm totally aware of there's some really, really heavy stuff that you've come through, and I want to say are still to some degree coming through. And I feel I need to say to you, healing is probably a continuous thing for yourself in a lot of ways. And I want to feel like, first of all, I need to say to you, look how far you've come. Okay, I'm aware there are times when, you know, the fog is thick, shall we say, and you can't really see forward. But I also have to say to you, look how far you've come. There is, you know, a lot of people wouldn't actually be here over the stuff that you've been through, and that is no exaggeration. I feel that you have got so much to look forward to. This is a time to, you know, let go of the fear. I know that Spirit have got you. Look at that. Let go of the fear. You know, there's a lot of I don't know if it's I feel almost like there's an element of things dragging you down, whether that's your own thoughts, people around you, situations. I'm not going to kind of poke into that because it's nobody else's business. But I do know that this is time now for you to, I mean, look at that little light right on his head. I don't know if you can see that. Right on his forehead, and it's shining right on him, and all that darkness behind him is literally behind him. I feel like I need to say to you, focus on that little light. You have got so much protection around you, so much protection. You deserve to be happy, darling. You deserve to just allow yourself now to see the light, be the light. You don't need to have this negativity pulling you down, whatever it is. Okay, I certainly know there are some, I feel like I need to say, I'd cut some to, you know, some of the past. You know, I feel like there's stuff going on around your past that's really pulling you down. I also know there is a heck of a lot of healing going to you, my darling. And so I feel like I need to say to you, just feel what you need to feel to get through it. Somebody once told me something that was really quite important, and it stuck with me. And she said, when getting over problems, whether it's a small problem or a massive trauma, you need to feel. You can't jump feelings. You can't go round feelings. You have to go through them, and it's the only way that you will get rid of them, because you literally go right through them. So that means you have to feel them, but then you have to move forward with that. So I want to say to you, darling, you have got so much stuff coming towards you on a better way. You know, feel it, go through it, know that it's okay to have a rubbish day and wrap yourself up in a duvet and watch a bit of rot on the telly, and or you know, do whatever it is that you've got to do to make yourself feel fine. I don't know, a bubble bath, you know, stand there on the beach and sink your feet in the sand, or get out to breathe fresh air, or put the sun on your face, whatever it is. You know, listen to children laughing. And I do know that brings me nicely to this next card, because they're bringing in laughter. This is a time now, my sweetheart, for you to start seeing the funny side. Go and watch some, misbehave. I know there's a naughty person inside you just bursting to come out. I feel that. That's all right, darling. It's fine. It's not a problem. I know that you have got to go through this, but I know also that you've got to just accept this laughter and have these moments, and just allow yourself to I don't know, just move forward. Don't romanticize about how things used to be. See them as they really were, and know that your future is so much brighter than you could possibly imagine. And you are so protected. That your home and possessions and everything are protected by angels. This is just a blip. You're going to get through this. So stay strong, my darling.
Okay, thank you for that, Linz. Any more lows or questions, please, Mr. Producer? Hello, Heidi Spicer.
Hi, Heidi. Oh, Pamela.
Pamela just says, actually, I think the scientists over to tear things as part, either for mediums and the paranormal spirits or spirits wherever they are. Scientists haven't got a clue. Interesting. Very interesting, Pamela. So, is it my turn?
It is, yes.
So, Pamela, over to yourself. So, I'm very much aware of a gentleman, very much would have worn glasses, very similar to yourself in the eyes. The only difference is that would have had a moustache here. With him, I would have had almost peppered hair, brushed back, and I feel like I'm going father's side of the family. I feel I'm going to grandfather. I also feel with this gentleman, I'm a little bit rounded to the body, more around the tummy as I've got older, but I was quite thin and quite well built as a younger gentleman. I also feel with this gentleman, as he draws closer now, I've got pains underneath my ribs. I am struggling to get my air and my breath. And I also feel with this gentleman that as well as struggling for my breath, that also I feel that my eyesight faded quite considerably. I don't know, it almost feels like it's misting over my eyes. So I don't know if there was glaucoma or something like that, or whether he was to the point of where he was almost blind. But certainly I've got quite a lot of deterioration in my eyes. I also feel with this gentleman that everything had to be proven to me. I don't believe anything unless it's been proven. And I feel he's come through to sort of say to you that you've got to prove things to yourself, not in the paranormal sense, that the person that you are and the person that you are, Pamela, as an individual, to sort of say, you know what, I don't care what people think, I don't care what people say, I'm just being honest and true to but with that, I also need to believe it. I also need to say to you that this gentleman comes in with a lot of conviction. He's very much around you. I certainly smell sort of like the clothes and that, and I would have had particularly a grey jacket with a very thin sort of stripe, like a very faint blue stripe in there. I would have also would have had a handkerchief, which would have been my inside top pocket. And I also feel with this gentleman that, you know, he was one to roll up his sleeves and just get on with things. With him, I'm taken sort of up the west side of the country, but I'm also being taken to sort of the Cumbria sort of Scottish borders. So I've not quite gone into Scotland as such. I'm more sort of this side, sort of like the Scotch corners, sort of that sort of side of the country. And I also feel that he's putting a lot of headaches here, tension, headaches, and I feel this is with you. And I just need to say to you, whatever it is that you're worried about, just let it go. Allow things to brush over your head and just be true to you. And clear that with yourself. Thank you for working with Pamela.
Lovely to see you. Okay, so she needs to ask her sister about that one.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okie dokie, that sounds good. Good to me, Pamela. So how are we doing then, Mr. P?
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Okay. While we're sitting here waiting for Mr. P, we're going to be running a couple of adverts on what's going to happen. Okay, so don't forget to click on the bell. Don't be, we've got Deb Clark chatting with Spirit this time tomorrow evening. So pop on and have a little Why does it say an afternoon with Deb offering mediumship readings that's 8 o'clock?
It's to catch you out to see that you're
It
reading
is. It
So I've got it
is.
tomorrow evening at 8 p.m.
Because it was in the afternoon. See, Mr. B's just trying to keep you on your toes, you see. You know, he often does this.
He meant to do that because if you're on from the afternoon, you won't miss the 8 o'clock show.
So yeah, pop on and see the lovely Deb. That would be nice. Or this lady. Oh my goodness me, this lady's amazing. Palmistry, something I am really, really interested in, but I can't do. Pardon? Oh, hello. Okay, so we're going. I don't. Oh, hello. Can you hear us? Okay. Wonderful. Just to let you know, Palmistry and Tarot with Rachel at tomorrow from 10:30 p.m. And do pop on because it's something really, really different that SPT offers.
And although that's American palmistry, that is UK time.
Yes.
So that'll be 6 hours behind sort of Eastern time.
So it is amazing. Honestly, it's amazing. It's definitely worth a snoop.
And advance noticed on the 6th of December, our lovely Polly Arnott is doing a VIP trance evening, and that's being delivered by Zoom. And that's £10 for people for who are patrons, and sorry, £8 for the people who are patrons, and £10 for everybody else. And also it is Leah as well, who's joining Polly, who I believe is one of her students, and that's from 7 o'clock on Sunday, the 6th of December. So that's 7:30. Sorry. So that'll be something to look forward to.
Okay. It's not just for VIPs.
Just £10, which.
Okay, are we back? We keep having a bit of a wobble, don't we, guys?
So
Sorry.
I'm going to do one more because we seem to be having technological problems.
And I look like I'm doing a lot of gurning there, so I don't know what's going on there.
So have we got a question, please, Mr. Producer?
Hello?
No.
No.
No. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
So Tina Moani 1967 puts, I think science and spiritualism are blended nicely nowadays. Holistic therapies, placebo medicine, meditation taught in schools, traditionally guided by science and forensic mediums for remote viewing. Very much so. And as we said before, that you know, in a lot of mediumship now and spiritualism, you know, there's the threefold mediumship being the science, the religion, and the philosophy. And obviously, people are more accepting nowadays of the holistic therapies and the way that holistic sort of health, as opposed to traditional, traditional medicines, is taking a rise, and people learning a little bit about themselves and taking more of an interest in all the things that perhaps they wouldn't have years ago, and more accepting. So thank you for that, and with yourself.
Okie dokie, my darling. Right, what I want to say to you, my lovey, is there's a situation around you that is almost like you're trying to will to happen, and I feel like you're trying everything you can to make it go a certain way. I need to say to you, throw all that up in trust. Whether you believe in God, the universe, the heavens, or whatever deity you choose to choose, throw it up and say, right, it's in your hands now. Please, can you help me? Okay, and then let it go. Because I feel like, everybody needs some healing that everybody needs within this situation. So it isn't just one person, it's a whole kind of situation that needs healing. All right. And so I feel that I need to say to you, in order to just allow that to happen, you need to let go of that. All right. Say, thank you very much for helping me. yeah, I'll give it there, and then and you know, sort of give it up and then let it go. So let them do it. I also feel like you need some time out for yourself, whatever that means, darling, to you. Again, you know, if that means going for a long walk, or if it means um, just telling people to clear off, or put a do not disturb sign on your door, as in the home, you know, whatever it is, how you can have that time out. Lots of meditation, if you can do that. You know, grounding. What's the other one? Mindfulness. Thank you, mindfulness. And I want to say, all this kind of thing is just going to help you let go. This is about you having time out just for you, because I want to say you've been working very hard, and whether that's in mind or whether that's in body, I don't know, but I know that you've been working very hard, and you're very, very sensitive at the moment. And again, that sensitivity is not a diss. If you know me and you've seen me on this program before, I will tell you sensitivity is a gift, because that's exactly what it is. It's a huge gift. But I do need to say to you sometimes that we need to be extra gentle with ourselves, because we will take people the wrong way if we are feeling a little bit tired, a little bit run down, you know, a little bit stressed even. So just take that time to just gently look after yourself. And also, I need to say to you, why are you feeling guilty? You do not need to feel guilty. You need to let it go. Whatever it is that you're holding on to, you know, you deserve the compassion. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be looked after. You deserve to have people love you, and you love you for who you are. And last but not least, this situation that is around you that's been causing so much grief. Look at that. Triumphant. It's all going to work out just fine. This woman has got a massive, this angel, I beg your pardon, has got a massive grin on her face. She is showing you that this is in the hands of the gods, if you like, and they are helping you, and you're being helped. And you just got to trust and know that it's all going to be fine. And when it does, you're just going to be in so much of a better space. And in the meantime, just look after yourself and help that through, transition through. And don't, and I repeat, don't let your head get in the way and try and resolve things or worry about things. Just step it to one side.
So thank you for that, Tina.
Yes,
so it's been very much an interesting conversation, a little bit heavy for some people, they've told us, but it's certainly one to keep your minds open and keep that discussion going, one of science, because it very much has the place within spiritualism itself and in our spiritual way of life. So, you know, whether you believe it or not is up to you. And like any of these things, it's open to your own interpretation and what you believe, not what we believe.
Yes, I mean, me, on a personal level, I totally agree with everything what Matt says, but for me, I am sensitive to the moon and blaming the moon. Great card, fantastic reading. Thank you, my darling. Okay, thank you.
Can I just say that was Tina saying that? That wasn't what Kirsty thought about sex.
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading that out loud. You know, it's getting a bit late. But I just want to say, in regards to our question, I personally, on a personal level, I do feel that, you know, science does have a space to be in, because it, you know, science can teach us things in the world, but we can also, as in a spiritual sense, teach science things, if and only if that we all work together. Okay, and we stop trying to disprove one another and acknowledge that, you know, that there's room for both.
Very much so, and that debate will continue. But look into a lot of research that's going on at the moment in the UK and abroad. Look into the Society for Psychical Research and the Society for American Psychical Research if you want to do some more research yourself. And hopefully we've started that debate for you all. But just as we come towards the end of tonight's show, hello, Shirley Halls puts, thanks, Matt and Kirsty. Really enjoy watching your show.
Thank you to you for joining us, Shirley.
Julie Watmouse put most enjoyable night again tonight. I've learnt a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Julie, for joining us. That's amazing. You guys are just so lovely. And, you know, bearing in mind, the show would be nothing without you. So thank you so much. And Terry also, I just need to say once again a big thank you to Terry for helping with the transition of SPTV. You have done amazing.
Yes, most definitely.
You know, you've helping an awful lot of people, and I just want to go, well done, you.
Yes,
thank you.
very much so. And Terry and Miss Producer, you know, despite what everyone says, I do this voluntarily, like all the presenters on the show. We're doing this for nothing. There's no hidden agendas. We've not got thousands that we're being paid for sponsorship or anything like that. It's all free. So thank you.
We're not in it to be rich. We're in it for the love of spirit.
And to serve. So thank you for that, Terry.
Yes, yeah, God bless you, darling. Well done.
So as we come to the end of another show, we just want to say thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. Producer, Terry, and all of those people who've joined us. And we hope you can join us again at 8 PM UK time next Monday.
We look forward to seeing you. And indeed, now stay safe, look after yourselves, and be nice to one another. And more importantly, be nice to you.
For now, take care, be safe, and see you next week.
Take care, guys.
Bye.